Chapter 5 The Deplorable World. The children were facing one another across the pillar where the bell hung, still trembling, though it no longer gave out any note. Suddenly, they heard a soft noise from the end of the room, which was still undamaged. They turned quick as lightning to see what it was. One of the robbed figures, the furthest off one of all, the woman whom Diggory thought so beautiful, was rising from its chair. When she stood up, they realized that she was even taller than they had thought, and you could see at once, not only from her crown and robes, but from her flash of her eyes and the curve of her lips, that she was great. God damn it. That she was great queen. There's the image. There we go. She looked round the room and saw the damage and saw the children, but you could not guess from her face that what she thought of either, or whether she was surprised. She came forward with long, swift strides. "Who has awakened me? Who has broke the spell?" she asked. "I think it must have been me," said Diggory. "You?" said the queen, laying her hand on his shoulder, a white, beautiful hand. But Diggory could feel that it was strong as steel pincers. "You? But you are only a child, a common child. Anyone could see that at a glance. That you have no drop of royal or noble blood in your veins. How did such as you dare to enter this house? We've come from another world." "By magic," said Polly, who thought it was high time the queen took some notice of her, as well as Diggory. "Is this true?" said the queen, still looking at Diggory, and not giving Polly even a glance. "Yes, it is," said Diggory. The queen put her other hand under his chin and forced it up so that she could see his face better. Diggory tried to stare back, but he soon had to let his eyes drop. There was something about hers that overpowered him. After she had studied him for well over a minute, she let go of his chin and said, "You're no magic. The mark of it is not on you. You must be only the servant of a magician. It is on another's magic that you have traveled here." "It was my Uncle Andrew," said Diggory. At that moment, not in the room itself, but from somewhere very close, there came first a rumbling, then a creaking, and then a roar, following masonry, and the floor shook. "There is a great peril here," said the queen. "The whole place is breaking up. If we are not out of it in a few minutes, we shall be buried under the ruin." She spoke as calmly as if she had been merely mentioning the time of day. "Come," she added, and held out her hand to each of the children. Polly, who was disliking the queen and feeling rather sulky, would not have let her hand be taken if she could have helped it. But the queen spoke so calmly, her movements were as quick as thought. Before Polly knew what was happening, her left hand had been caught in a hand so much larger and stronger than her own that she do nothing about it. This is terrible woman, thought Polly. She's strong enough to break my arm with one twist, and now she's got my left hand, and I can't get at my yellow ring. If I tried to stretch across and get my right hand into my left pocket, I mightn't be able to reach it before she asked me what I was doing. Whatever happened, we mustn't let her know about the rings. I do hope Diggory has the sense to keep his mouth shut. I wish I could get a word with him alone. The queen led them out of the hall of images into a long corridor, and then through a whole maze of halls and stairs and courtyards. Again and again, they heard parts of the great palace collapsing, sometimes quite close to them. Once a huge ark came thundering down only a moment after they had passed through it. The queen was walking quickly. The children, and this is the image that accompanies this passage, Hi Junior. The children had to trot to keep up with her, but she showed no sign of fear. Diggory thought, she's wonderfully brave and strong. She's what I call a queen. I do hope she's going to tell us the story of this place. She did tell them certain things as they went along. That is the door to the dungeons, she would say. Or, that passage leads to Hi Junior, to principal torture chambers. Or, this was an old banqueting hall, where my great-grandfather bade 700 nobles to feast and killed them all before they had drunk their fill. They had rebellious thoughts. They came at last into a hall larger and loftier than any they had seen. Hi Junior. From its size and from the great doors at the far end, Hi Junior. Diggory had thought that now at last they must be coming to the main entrance. In this he was Hi. You know what? Okay. This is the next image. We are pausing. We are pausing.